We'll continue, inshallah, the relation between the parallel line and the perpendicular and their slopes. If the two lines are parallel, it means their slopes will be equal. If the two lines are perpendicular, it means the product of their slope will be equals to -1. That's formula. So how are we going to find that question? You will, I don't know where is the problem. Okay. Again, for this one, determine whether AB and CD are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Where A is 1 and 1, B -1 and 5, C 3 and 2, D 6 and 1. Then how we can solve this one? At the first, to know if the two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither, it means we need to find the slopes. So at the first, I will find the slope of the first line, which is AB. What is the first slope? What is the slope of the first line?
It is -5.
-5 minus 1 over
-1
minus 1 equals -6 over -2, which equals 3. Step number 2.
3.
Step number 2, find the slope of CD. Okay, which equals 1 minus 2
1
over 3. Sorry, 6 minus 3, which equals -1 over 3. The two slopes now are equal?
No.
Two slopes are not equal, but if you multiply 3 times -1 over 3, you will find that the answer will be equals -1. Because their product equal to -1, since the product of AB times the product of the slope of CD equals to -1, it means AB is perpendicular on CD. Any problem for this one? If they are not equal and not perpendicular, so it will be neither. On the map that we have now, we have a straight which is represented by the equation y equals, that's the first line that we have now. We have a line represented by the equation y equals -3x plus 2. What is the meaning of -3x plus 2? What do you know about -3x plus 2?
It is in slope intercept form.
Sorry, again, please.
It is in slope.
Okay, that's equation of a line and slope intercept form. So we have line number 1. Line number 1 with an equation y equals -3x plus 2. And you said that this equation, this line in slope intercept form. Can you find the slope that we have now? What is the slope?
-3.
What is the y-intercept?
2.
Okay. So we find from the given. This line is perpendicular. When you find an equation of a line and perpendicular or parallel, it's mean you need to find the slope. We find the slope now. It's perpendicular to another line. It's mean we have a line number 2. But all the given that we have for the line number 2, that this line is passing through a point.
Yeah.
This point is 4 and 0. We need to write the equation in slope intercept form. So it means we need to find the equation y equals mx plus b. Okay? For this line is perpendicular to the line 1 and passing through the point. What is the meaning of the perpendicular? It means their slopes will be m1 times m2 equals -1. What is the meaning of their slope, their product equal to -1? If the first one is positive, to make the answer is negative, so the second one must be negative. If the first one is 2 over 3, the second will be 3 over 2. Again, for this one, if the two lines are perpendicular, so what is the relation between them? If the first slope is positive, the second must be negative. If the first is negative, the second must be positive. If the first one is 2 over 3, the second must be -3 over 2.
Yes.
So we find the slope of the first one is -3. Can you find the slope of the second one?
1 over 3.
1 over 3. Any problem of finding the slope of the second line?
No.
Okay. So now what we have? We have a point and we have a slope. Can we write the equation now? We have point and slope. It means we need to convert the equation, write the equation in y minus 0 equals 1 over 3 times x minus 4. But this equation is point slope form. So can we simplify this one? Y minus 0, which equals y. 1 over 3 times x, which is 1 over 3x. 1 over 3 times negative 4, it will be negative 4 over 3. And this equation is slope intercept. Any problem for this one?
Mister, how did you get the slope of the second one? 1 over 3.
I said the relation between the two lines are perpendicular. If the first one is positive, the second will be negative. Negative will be positive, then find the reciprocal. 3, which is 3 over 1. Its opposite will be 1 over 3. The first one is negative, the second will be positive.
Oh.
How we know that? Because the relation between them, they are perpendicular. Again, for question number 2. Question number 2. Now we have an equation of a line. That is the first equation of a line. This line is parallel. This line is parallel. What is the meaning it's parallel? What is the meaning that's parallel?
They both have the same slope.
They have the same slope. So from the equation number 1, with the equation number 1, which is y equals negative 3 over 4 x plus 3. What we will find from the equation number 1? We will find slope 1. What is the slope 1? Negative 3 over 4. So we have line number 2. What we have from line number 2? We have a point, which is negative 3 and 6. And we can find M2. How are we going to find M2?
Negative 3 over 4.
Because they are parallel, so they have the same slope, which is negative 3 over 4. Now what we have now for this one? We have a point and we have a slope. So how we can write the equation? Y minus 6 is equals negative 3 over 4 times x minus negative 3, which is plus 3. So how we can simplify this one? It will be, because we have minus 6, you can shift minus 6 to the other side by adding 6. So it will be y equals negative 3 over 4 times x, which is negative 3 over 4x. Negative 3 over 4 times 3, which is negative 9 over 4, plus 6. Simplify the equation. So y equals negative 3 over 4x. Add them. How are we going to add this one? The denominator is 1. The common denominator. So multiplying by 4. So it will be 24 over 4. So the simplest form now will be positive or negative?
15 over negative 15 over 4.
Positive 15 over
positive.
Positive 15 over 4. This part is important for the SAT. Allahumma ballaght, Allahumma fashhad. This part is important for the SAT.